Hey guys, I'm Devin Tracy, and I'm here with a Rave to Mars. Please stay tuned, guys. Did I do that right? All right, I'm ready. You give me a really good feeling all day long. Your love is a one in a million. It goes on and on and on. You give me a really good feeling, yeah. Turn me inside out. I'm kind of a military brat. We traveled a lot. We moved to Jacksonville, Florida in 1996. I was 6 years old at the time. It didn't really have like an influence, but the changes and traveling did, because we still traveled afterwards when my dad retired, because he was in the military at the time. But when he retired, we still traveled, so that kind of like helped influence my music career and everything else. Musically, I kind of grew up on jazz. I like Sarah Vaughan, Ella Fitzgerald, of course, and John Coltrane, Miles Davis. I listen to a lot of instrumental jazz as well. That's what kind of led me to listening to like a lot of instrumentals, from like Ninth Wonder, Jay Dilla, Pete Rock, who else? Sango, all the other like old school producers of people who listen to like an old school kind of influenced me in my music as of today.
What do you feel inspires you for writing?
Just everyday life, friends, family, things that I see every day, especially in New York. It kind of influenced me. What I basically do is I sometimes put myself in certain situations that'll help me with my writing and help me with my experience in life. I'll sometimes do it on purpose. Like I'll sit and I'll go, like, what's an example? Like the example when I met Elle Varner. Like I bumped into her, and I did that on purpose just so I can get her attention, like stuff like that. Or what's another thing? I'll probably drink like an alcoholic beverage that I'm not supposed to be drinking, or I know that'll get me messed up, but I want to see like people's reaction. I want to see how I react in that moment, and that'll help me with my writing, even if I don't remember, or I do remember. But like certain stuff like that will help me with my writing.
Do you feel as a songwriter, do you write for yourself, or do you write for anybody?
I do it for myself, because like 10 years from now or 30 years from now, I want to listen back to my records and be like, wow, I was going through some stuff. Like I want to be able to cry. I want to be able to like, wow, this brings back so many memories. That and also I want like my friends who are around me all the time, I want them to look back again 30 years from now and say like, wow, I remember that moment, or I remember that time when such and such happened. So that I just want to create memories with my music. I make it personal and I make it intimate, like unplugged, like some Lauryn Hill type stuff. And I want people to just sit back and just like listen, like easy listening, and just sit back and listen to my music and just feel it. I want them to hear the words to my song. But sometimes, like, you know, not saying this goes on with any other artist, but sometimes like artists will perform with bands, and everybody's like paying attention to the band more so the artist. They be like, oh, I heard your words, but that guitarist was dope, or that drummer was dope. Like I want everybody to listen to just my lyrics, my music, and what my guitarist is playing, and how he's passionate about what he plays. And that's why I do like the sit down, unplugged performances like at my shows.
Definitely. So are you interested in diving into any other genres of music, or do you want to stay within Philly?
I'm interested. It's kind of like a risk. It's a risk for me, but I don't mind jumping into something else. You know what I'm saying? Jumping into different genres, but I also want to keep it consistent. I want my my fans, well, not fans, I want my supporters to listen to my music and be like, wow, it's very consistent. He tells stories with his music. You know what I'm saying? It's just not like everywhere, like, oh, he's doing hip hop and then all of a sudden he goes to pop. Like I want it to be like soul, R&B consistently, and then gradually move on to like hip hop, but still keep it soulful, you know, or keep it pop.
So before we spoke about you meeting Marsha Ambrosius, can you tell us anything about that? Did she give you any advice, or how did it happen?
I used to work at Vapiano in Union Square. It was about, I think, a year and a half ago, and Marsha came in, and she came in, and at the time I was a host. She came in, she was walking up the stairs, and I was walking downstairs to get ready to go to my station. She's walking up, and I'm like, oh my God, you're Marsha. And she looks at me, she's like, yes it is. She was like, what's the problem? And I was like, oh, your march. I was like, oh my God, can I please give you a hug? And she gave me a hug. And I asked her, I was like, can I please speak to you later this evening? And she did. So later on my break, she was still there like 2 hours later. And on my break was supposed to be 30 minutes, but it was an hour and 30 minutes. We spoke for an hour and 30 minutes. My manager did not mind. And we sitting talking. I asked her, what can I do musically or as a writer to bring more people to me or bring people to listen to my music? And she told me, she was like, keep grinding, keep fighting, keep going, and be more honest with your music when you write. She was like, don't just write just to write, like write and just be honest when you write your music so everybody can relate to it. And it was just a crazy experience. Like we sat and we talked and she gave me some great advice, and yeah. Really cool. All right, so the project that I'm releasing this month again is called Good Morning, and the next one is called Good Afternoon, and then the last one that I'm releasing is called Good Night. And all of them, it's like a trilogy type thing. It's like all mixtape. They're all gonna be released for free. Basically, they're gonna tell a story of one man who breaks up with somebody, and he doesn't get over it. He's going through like the different stages. And he's like, how do I get over it? Like he wakes up in the morning and it's a drag. Good afternoon, he's probably gonna be smoking weed or drinking, and he's trying to like, get over it. But as he's consuming these drugs or consuming all these different things on Good Afternoon, he gets emotional, and then on Good Night, not saying he has a hangover, but he's still intoxicated, but he's going out, he's partying and having fun on Good Night and doing like certain things that he's not supposed to be doing, but he does it anyway because he wants to live life. So it's like an emotional roller coaster for him with these trilogies, but all in all, it's gonna be just about how he's trying to get over, and at the end, he finally gets over. He's like, wow, like I'm okay, I'm good, I can live now, So that's the whole point of like me doing those different projects.
Tell us what's next for Devin, Tracy.
What's next? Well, hopefully I'm going to be shooting a music video for one of my songs, Fair Enough, that I did with my guitars. That's the heart of Good Morning. Everybody loves that song, and I'm working on my next project already. Like I'm in the process of working on it. Good Morning is done, it's finished, and Good Afternoon is next.
Okay. Any proceed release dates?
Not right now.
Okay.
Not right now. It's in the works for all three of them.
Okay.
But like I said, Good Morning is gonna be released this month, at the end of this month, like the last week of this month.
Awesome.
But the rest of them are probably gonna be released like before this year is up.
Okay.
And then after that is the album. Awesome. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be a process. Hey, this is Devin. This is the Rave to Mars. You guys stay tuned.